Hello, everybody. I'm Sheila Michaela, and this is Mr. Dimples. Hello, Mr. Dimples. How you doing? Good to see you. Well, we have a very special treat for you, ladies and gentlemen. In our studio is the one, the only Oscar Gomez. Give it up for Oscar Gomez. Yay, yay, yay! Hello, Oscar. How you doing?
Hello. Hi,
Hey,
Sheila. Hi, Mr. Nipples.
hey, it's Dimples, dude, not nipples. So, so Oscar, tell us about. I'm looking at your Facebook posts. I'm looking at all your posts. You were doing some
Mhm.
fantastic work. Please tell us more. Yeah,
uh,
tell us more, dude.
okay. Well, a lot of the work that I'm doing, I produce a show here in the Burlington area. We got a little group that's starting up here now, with some of friends here, like Shannon Griffin. So shout out to him. He hosts an open mic, as well as a show in Graham. My friend Edgar Rivas, he has a show in the Mebane area. And then with my show in Burlington, that makes three shows. So all three of us, we've been trying to bring comedy to the Alamance County area. So that show's been growing. Thankfully, we got a lot of support in this area. I mean, people here, they're hungry for some comedy. Outside of that, I've done, shows in the Durham area, Greensboro area. Uh, Thankfully, now that I have a different job, I've been able to do more comedy stuff and trying to find my voice as a comedian. So, um, yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I've been doing is trying to get myself in front of the right people.
That's good. Yeah. So how's it been going? Good audiences. Or are they like nobody shows up or what?
Yeah, the one that I have at Crafty Sloths, shout out to the Crafty Sloth.
A
It's pretty
crafty
interesting.
sloth, not a
Yeah,
not a platypus, a sloth.
correct.
Gosh.
The Crafty Sloth. Actually, oh, look, it's my son.
How's your son doing?
He's
Hey,
doing good.
son. How you doing, son?
He ran away.
Hey.
Um, but Crafty Sloth, we started back in November, and it's been growing every time we do a show. I do the show every other month, to kind of give the town a little bit of time to like
Yeah.
absorb everything,
Relax.
and then yes, and then we change up the lineup like every other month. This last month, it was pretty packed. In fact, I had to find different seats for people that were still walking in. So those are good problems to have.
Yeah,
Um,
not like diarrhea.
yeah,
Nothing like
that's a
diarrhea.
bad problem to have.
You sure you something go on. Sheila had
Well,
it.
well, it depends on how you look at it too, though. I mean, if you have a family function you don't want to go to, that might be a good thing.
Here you go.
Yeah,
Uh,
diarrhea.
my
Uh
son wants
oh.
to show you guys his.
Oh my goodness! What is it? What is it? What is it?
A
Uh,
huggy wuggy.
it's called a Huggy Wuggy.
A huggy wuggy. Yeah, huggy wuggy like a diaper. Yeah, diarrhea, huggy wuggy, diaper. Good theme here. Yeah, we got this.
But yeah, I mean, it's been growing at that show. Good problems to have with that. Plus, I also create a lot of promo videos. I try to think of different skits and different themes that I could do. I know this last one I did some trends that they use with AI. So, oh, looks like he's just gonna show a bunch of his toys now.
Oh, okay.
Hey, go show that to
Yeah.
Mama.
Uh,
Um,
Sheila's microphone was not on. Gosh. Now it's
oh
on.
no.
Hello. Sorry. Keep going.
But I was gonna say, yeah, the last one I did a couple trends that they have on like AI. So
Uh
I've been
huh.
learning how to incorporate that when it comes to like jumping on trends that they have. Um, but I have other ideas for other skits that I want to do. So this next one is gonna be in May, and I'm doing like a Cinco de Mayo type thing. So can't wait to have fun with some of the promo videos I'll do. So hopefully I'll be able to do some comedic skits here soon, and start doing a lot of content that way.
So you're gonna do some improvisation? Is that it? On improvisation? Improvisation. Improvisation. Improvisation.
You know,
Introsation.
when you say
Yeah.
it, Mr. Dimples, it sounds like some medication that you get prescribed.
It's like drugs, you know? And my gosh, introsation. Get it right, Sheila. She can't even do an Australian accent. My gosh.
That's so
No,
funny.
but yeah, but keep going, keep going.
Okay.
Introsation.
Um,
Yeah.
in improv. See, now I can't even say it.
No, you can't
Yes,
say it.
it's contagious what you have.
It's contagious. It's like
Yeah,
diarrhea. It's contagious.
I don't think
Ah!
diarrhea is contagious. What's
Mr.
up,
Dimples,
buddy?
what are you doing? You just be quiet.
I'm a
On a what? What's
I'm
that?
a Minecraft. It's a Minecraft sword.
It's a sword. It looks like a sword.
The Minecraft sword.
Ah, that's really cool. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
go ahead.
that's I'm improvising.
You're
um,
improvising. That's good, Sheila. You did good, Sheila.
Yeah, and so I write up the skits. I come up with the ideas. Hopefully, I can get more comedians involved in some roles that I want to play. Leading up to this, and what really helps the event be successful is I combine the fan base of three places. One, the Crafty Sloth is a great place to grab a few beers and stuff like that. Cool place to
Get
hang
drunk.
out. Yeah, I don't condone it, but yeah. And then my brother, he actually has an artisanal pizza business that he does. So the shout out to Chula Vista Artisanal Pizza.
Chula Vista.
So
Hasta la
yep.
vista, baby.
Where his tagline is, "It's not tradish, it's delish," and he basically makes pizzas that are Mexican influenced ingredients. So it has like mozzarella cheese and like Oaxaca cheese combined. Has different flavors like
Oaxaca.
carne asada. Yeah, it's really great stuff. So people will
Wow.
come out to eat his pizza, to hang out at the bar, and then the people that like me for like my comedy. So we combine it all in one building, and I think that's what's making it so successful. So many people are they're grabbing a pie, they're getting a pint, and then they're watching us do jokes. So it's a great environment. It's a great time.
Wow, that sounds really exciting. But maybe, who knows? Maybe what we'll do if we get big enough, we'll give them some advertising here on our podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can
for sure.
advertise. No
Yeah.
diarrhea. Just good pizza.
Yes, I forgot about that. Yeah, yeah. My brother would kill me if I was like diarrhea and pizza.
I was holding off on that. I was dying to say it. You know that, right?
I
I didn't
know
say nothing. Mr.
you were
Dimples, you were very good.
diarrhea to say it.
Well, remember as a kid, when people would, if it diarrhea, diarrhea, la 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 la.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know, that's right. Sheila's crazy. Well, that's okay. So
Batman.
that
I'm Batman.
Okay.
who it is? Oh, that's Batman. Yay! Gotta
Oh
love the
no, I'm sorry.
Batman.
It fell. Hold
So okay, so you've got the you kind of got the trifecta here going.
Yeah.
And so it's not like what's that finger, Sheila? I'm sorry, I'll put my finger down.
Well, show her the guinea pig.
No,
What guinea pig? They're scary.
yeah, we
Or
own two of them.
Squirrels are really scary. Squirrels, yeah.
Squirrels.
Squirrels are scary. Well, why don't you like squirrels? Because of Gerald. Gerald the squirrel? Yeah, Gerald the squirrel. I'll tell you about that later. So anyway, let's get back to it. So, okay, so now now y'all alternate months or what?
Yeah, so we do. Well, the show that I run is every other month, and then I
Okay.
think Shannon, he's doing his show once a quarter, and Edgar is doing it. I think similarly to that too.
Okay.
I think yeah. So there's always a show happening, whether it's every other month or every 3 months. So that's going on, and then we're trying to do some open mics in this area. It's a
Okay.
good area. I do recommend for local comedians to come out to the Alamance area because the people here are ready to laugh. And on
Yeah.
top of that,
Ready to do a lot of other things too. Mr. Dimples, he's
well,
talking. Don't interrupt.
they definitely know how to have a good time. So,
Drugs.
wow.
They don't do drugs. So okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that we don't.
Play-Doh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
you call
that?
it is Play-Doh.
What you got? What you got? What you got?
Play-Doh.
Yeah,
Play-Doh. Love the Play-Doh.
but yeah, they're trying to do like open mics and stuff in this area too, because it's a good like halfway point for comedians from the Greensboro area as well as from the Raleigh Durham area. So it's a good midway for people to come out. It's not that far of a drive. It's about 30
Yeah.
minutes, 45 minutes. I never understand the comedians that like are like, oh, I'll just stay in my pocket. It's like, okay, but we make that drive all the time,
Yeah.
and like it wouldn't kill you to do at least one drive to come check out the area.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And Mebane is near where my grandson is staying, so
Mhm.
that's where he stays and visits. So and we did a show one time at a club in downtown, and it went pretty good. Kyrie Reed was hosting it, and we did it there. It was pretty good. It was a pretty good place. So yeah, no drugs. Yeah, yeah, no
Yeah.
drugs, no diarrhea, no drugs. What the heck? Oh my goodness! Shh, be quiet. Be quiet. Okay, so what are some of your goals? Now, the last time we spoke, yeah, Sheila
Mhm.
had shorter hair. Anyway, last time we spoke, you were basically just starting out, right? Or what?
Yeah, the last time we spoke, it was what, 2 years ago now. So I was
Yeah.
just starting out. I think I was like a couple months into it. My goal now is I want to be able to go to more comedy clubs. Um,
Okay.
outside of their open mics. I just want to like feature a show. I want to grow more in the content creating space. I really feel like that's going to be my avenue. Because I'm always coming up with different skits, different ideas, funny scenarios, painting different pictures. So I really feel like I want to establish myself that way. Because you know as well as I do, like the
Yeah.
way to get into this industry and the way to stay on top of it, you either tag along with one of the well-known comedians that are doing this every day, or you build your own audience, and people will come out to see you. So I definitely want to do that. I want to do more content creating where I build my audience, and then I can present that to clubs of like, hey, I have this following, people are willing to
Right.
come out to see me. So I'm thinking of smarter ideas of how I can get people to come out. And that's basically what it comes down to. And then eventually I do want to do a show in Spanish, completely in
Ah,
in Spanish.
cool. That'd be really
Yep.
cool. Cono
Yep.
está.
Muy
Hola.
bien.
Cono está.
Muy bien. ¿Y tú?
Yeah, see, yeah. Yeah.
Is that as far as
That's
your
the extent of
Spanish
his
goes?
Spanish stuff.
Ah, okay.
Donde está tu libro? Where's your libro? What does that mean? Where is your
I
libro?
I think he's trying to say, where is my Asian brother?
Where's your Asian brother? Yeah, yeah, whatever that was.
I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. That's not Libro is what.
Libro. Okay.
No,
Did you
what he
get
was
it?
saying.
It was Libro. Oh gosh. Ah,
No,
that
what you
was.
were
Oh
saying
my
is,
goodness gracious. Ah.
yeah, what you were saying is, where's my book?
Oh, Libro. Okay, Libro. Yeah, book.
Yeah.
Yeah, say it 3 times fast. I'm not gonna say it because I can't do my B's without moving my lips. Yeah, you can't do a lot of things without moving your lips. But anyway, so hey, he laughed. That's really good. So tell me, okay, we're talking about marketing ourselves because I'm going through using AI to do drugs. No, I'm using AI to help market my website and get that done. And so those are just some of the things that I'm doing and doing the podcast and what have you. But what are some other ideas that you were thinking of when you talk about your TikTok or what have you? What is your specialty? In other words, like my specialty is Facebook and Instagram. TikTok, not so much.
So where do you want to concentrate your stuff?
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So TikTok is pretty interesting. It's a whole different beast.
Right.
So that one is a matter of consistency, but also more or less going live on like TikTok. That's
Yeah.
really what they focus on. I have a buddy of mine who he does TikTok lives. I think that's like his job,
Oh
and
wow.
he
Oh
and he
wow.
does yeah he does pretty okay with it. But it's just the fact that he's like, you got to dedicate time to being
Yeah.
live, you know. So TikTok, that algorithm is kind of tough, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist here, you know. I'm not superstitious like Michael Scott says in The Office, but I'm a little stitious, right? And I know that it does some wonky, weird stuff now with this current administration. So I don't know too
Yeah.
much about TikTok, like when it comes to instilling confidence there, but I do know that YouTube is another great location for things, but that's more
Yeah.
of the content creating space. I did, shout out to my friend Wafiq, who he kind of sat me down. We went over some stuff about algorithms and try to like cultivate things. So there's a plan in the works for me when it comes to the YouTube side. Because yeah, there's some things that I thought I was doing right that I
Right.
turned out that I was like, oh, that kind of was shooting me in the foot.
Yeah.
What one quick tip that I realized was when we put up our best highlighted set on our social medias,
Yeah.
problem with that is that we're basically giving our stuff away for free, you know? Like,
Yeah.
why would
Yeah.
I drive out to
Yeah.
see you when I can just see your highlight video? And then it kind of clicked with me, and I understand now why there's comedians that get famous off of their crowd work because that's all
Yeah.
they post is their crowd work. They hardly really post their actual jokes.
Yeah.
They're more or less showing like, hey, come over and this is how I interact with you, and there's gonna be a lot of fun. So people show up. Um, so that's one of those things where I have to find that balance of like some of my material, but my crowd work as well. So I'm gonna start releasing some stuff of how I interact with people. So I've been working a lot on trying to interact with people during my sets. It's a little bit different with your style because I know
Yeah.
Mr. Dimples is a people pleaser for sure. You know, so I know
Yeah. I
Mr.
like the
Dimples.
ladies. I like the
Yeah,
ladies.
I know I've seen it. I remember you almost got my wife that one time.
Yeah, I did. I did. She loves me. You know that? She loves me, you know?
I know, and we got to talk about your fan club because I remember you were reaching out to see about that too. So we
Yeah,
got
I
to
got
work
a
on
lot of
that.
sins, you know. But the one
Yeah,
advantage I think to our circumstance as to just being a regular comedian is it's kind of hard to steal our material because we're like a comedy duo, kind of like you know, Key and Peele, Key and
hmm
Peele. No, I don't, or
Flight of the
Martin
Concords.
and Lawrence, Martin and Lawrence, Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis. No, Martin and Lewis, and
My
then
list.
maybe George Burns and Gracie. Say
Yeah,
goodnight, Gracie. Uh, so we do have that advantage in that,
yeah,
and we're more of an edgy type, absurd comedy, and
yeah,
and I'm speaking of I'm finding my niche and what I'm doing and where I fit in. And is
yeah,
we just recognize that we don't fit in everywhere. We just don't. We're just not
yeah,
everybody's cup of tea. And I
yeah.
think, how about you? How do you feel about that? I mean, are there certain groups of people you like, or certain places that you're like, no, I'm not, I can't do it there.
I am finding that what I find most difficult for me, I try to stick to mainly clean comedy.
Right.
It's very like I don't even like to cuss. So,
Oh
back in the
shit.
day back
That's
in the day with like the Orbit commercials, you know how they had that one commercial where they were like you lint liquor and like they were basically like you have a dirty mouth, they filter it out with the Orbit gum. I'm
oh
a
yeah,
lot
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah, so I'm a lot like that, and I find in today's age, it's really difficult with comedy, because, and I think I don't blame people for it. You know, I do
Yeah.
understand how the times are. I do understand the frustration that people go through. How many times people just want to strangle each other because no one
Yeah.
wants to seem to listen to each other, right?
Right.
And so I find that to be my Atlas world, you know, where it's like I'm pushing this ball up the hill type moment
Yeah.
of like I do everything
Yeah.
clean. I do dad jokes, you know. They just
Yeah.
come out of me and my storytelling's clean. And so when I've been, you know, my wife has asked why don't I do comedy competitions and stuff like that, and I'm like I want to, but you know what, my best dad joke versus a comedian who's known to be edgy, to drop, you know, cuss words and stuff like that, like that crowd is gonna lean more towards that. They'll chuckle at mine, but they'll lean more towards that. But I'm finding my voice. I am finding people that
Yeah.
enjoy my goofiness, my antics, that appreciate when I give them misdirection puns, you know, like
Yeah.
yeah, like for example, Mr. Dimples, what
Yeah.
is the most fun vegetable? Like, which vegetable is the most fun?
Let's see. Kale. Because you can say kale, yeah. Ha ha ha
Uh,
ha.
that's a good one. Most people
Kale.
say is the mushroom because they're fun guys.
Oh my
But it's
goodness,
not.
that's so hilarious.
But it's not.
I like
I'll tell
that.
you, the most fun vegetable is the turnip.
Oh, dude. Oh my goodness. What the hell? Dude, turn it. Oh my goodness, just be quiet. But it's a joke. It's a joke. It's like turn up, you know. Oh, okay. I thought you were just saying vegetables. Just to say it, you know. Just like, hey, carrot. Hell yeah,
No,
carrot.
no,
Apple.
that'd be weird if I was like, yeah, let's have fun with
He's
the
making
carrot.
a pun, a joke about it. Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
that's hilarious. Do it again. Do it again.
do another one.
Yeah, do another one. See if I
Okay,
can get it.
all right. Okay. When I annoy my wife,
Okay.
she sends me to my happy place, which is the
Yeah.
hospital.
Yeah.
Do you know why the hospital is my happy place?
Why?
It's not because she hurts me or anything like that.
Did
But
she
like I
hurt you?
said, no, no,
Oh
no,
no,
no.
goodness, get help.
No,
Dude,
no.
sorry.
The hospital is my happy place because, like I said, I annoy most people, and that's been the only place
Oh.
where I've been able to find where most of the people there are patient.
Oh my goodness! Oh, I got it! I got it! I got that one. I got that one. Yeah, patient. Yeah,
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 exactly.
patient. I
Yeah,
got that one. That's good. Sheila's help. Yeah, that's good.
yeah.
That's but that, and that's another thing I think that as
Mm.
comedians and ventriloquists or whatever, we do learn where our audience is, where our lane is. And I have a really cool saying I want to read to you, and I
Okay,
posted it today. I don't do drugs. I don't. I mean, I'm not. I didn't post that.
that's a
I
good
am
saying.
available for sex. I didn't say no. I'm not available. I didn't say that. Mr. Dimples, you're just getting me in a lot of trouble. Um, gosh, golly gee whiz, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You said that. Oh, she's ugly. What the hell? Oh, that's a dude. Sorry, Mr. Dimples. That wasn't very nice. I don't know if I put it. I don't know if I put it in here or not. But it just talked. Shoot, I don't even know where it is. But it just talked about knowing my audience and not
Mhm.
not being so tore up about if you're not somebody's cup of tea like me. If we're not
Mm.
somebody's cup of tea, it's no big deal. We just move on. And I think that is the key. I'm not taking it personal. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Um, but one thing I want you to comment on is crowd work because we're finding that crowd work really does help. We have a bunch of jokes, but the
Mhm.
crowd work has really brought the audiences in when we have done it. So, what's your experience with crowd work, Ben? Yeah. What's
Um,
your experience with crowd work, Ben?
uh, it's been pretty good. My witty humor helps a lot. I also like a lot of comedians like Jeff R. Curry is one of my favorite ones. He does amazing crowd work. It's just like the silliness and like the goofiness of things.
Yeah.
that I like to lean into. Like for example, there was this couple at this one show. They were in town from Alabama, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I've heard there's some sweet homes out there." You know,
Oh
like
yeah, that's funny.
yeah. So I'll do
Did
stuff
you
like
get it?
that,
I got it.
and and ironically enough, they were in town for a wedding, and they said it at the same time, and I was like, "You do realize what this looks like, right?" So just like they're from Alabama, their cousins were getting married, like that whole situation there. I find that doing crowd work like that is a lot fun. I think
Yeah.
what it is that comedy has evolved, like most things evolve, and there's always this debate between a traditional comic and a newer comic, where newer ones they rely heavily on crowd work, and there's a lot of people that are like, that's not real comedy. You're just talking
Yeah.
to the, and like they're like, where's the structure? Where's the joke? Where's the setup? Where's the punchline? And I think being a hybrid of both of that is very important in like today's game, to be
Yeah.
able to connect with people, because people want to come out here to be connected to the comedian. They want to interact with the comedian. You have to get good at doing that, and then managing conversation so people don't overtake you while you're on stage, because that's the
Right.
other flip side of it, of like if you give them a little too much rope, they're gonna end up just like trying to run over you. So I find it easy to do with my wit, and I find it fun. Doing my puns with them also works, especially when they give you, material to go off of. But it wasn't easy at first. You got to get over that whole mentality of like, let me get through my jokes, and if there's time at the end, I can talk to you. And it shouldn't be like that. It should be like, hey, I got a 15-minute set. I have enough for that 15-minute. But if you find yourself in a pocket or in an area where you can interact with the crowd a little bit, maybe sacrifice like a minute, couple seconds. It
Yeah.
doesn't take much to
Yeah.
make everyone feel included. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's another. You hit on something right there. Yeah. What is it, Sheila? Well, I'm going to tell. Okay, just go ahead. Um, it's just going up there and rushing into it and say, "Oh, I got to go do the jokes and
Mhm.
And sometimes the worst shows that we've had is when I rushed it, when I didn't just. So we got a new thing, you know what I mean? You want to tell them about that? Yeah, our new thing. It's called 1, 2, 3, go. So it's like before we go on stage,
Mhm.
I give my introduction, and then go on stage, and I look at Mr. Dimples, yeah, and he looks at me, yeah, and then we say 1, 2, 3, and then we go into it, kind of like kind of getting into a bath or having diarrhea. Notes, or after you had diarrhea, it really feels good. Um,
That's
so
hilarious. 1, 2, 3, go. Diarrhea.
1, 2, 3, go, or 1, 2, 3, and
Yeah.
then go straight, and then it's almost like a surgeon being very meticulous in what you do, because before we were just running out there like working as a cashier at a grocery store, just
Yeah.
getting everybody out. That's not the way to do it for me, anyway, for us.
Yeah.
But and also to acknowledge Mr. Dimples as a being. I
Yeah.
am a being on a planet, Sheila. Just a being, and that we're relating. We're on the same stage. We're
Mhm.
relating with each other.
Yeah.
What have you? So elaborate more on that, your experience. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, it's more like enjoying the moment more often, being in the moment with them. That's
Yeah.
very important. It's just, yeah, I mean, it's hard to describe it, to like put it into words, but I have enjoyed myself more when I'm opening up to them about stuff, when I take the time to like let them sit in the joke. That
Yeah.
also is a way that I incorporate them with them. Because I know, like I told that pun, right? Like the whole fun like turn up thing.
Yeah.
I My style is evolving into this thing of where like I like telling a pun, even if it's a really bad pun, and just letting them sit in it, and I'll just kind of like I'll let them know. I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna let you guys marinate in this, and we're gonna laugh at some point because of how awkward or silly it is, right? And I took a page out of Mark Norman's book. Rest in peace to Mark Norman, but where I
Yeah.
over explain. That's always fun. I'll pick someone out in the crowd, and I'll be like, because turn up, like turning up, having a party.
Yeah.
That's why it's the most
Yeah.
fun. Like over explaining in front of an audience, picking someone out and doing that to them, everyone just has fun because it's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
like we get it, but it's just silly and like goofy. And I think doing that really goes a long way. Just trying to create those moments, create those memories of like, oh man, he picked me out. Like it was funny. I'm not being disrespectful to no one, but I am still hammering down that puns can be funny and that
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
acknowledge them. So that's kind of how I sit with the audience, how I interact with them, how I make it more natural is doing my own thing and then bringing them into it. And if they don't get it, I'm going to make sure that you get it. And if you don't find the actual joke funny, you're going to find the scenario of me explaining it to you funny. So yeah,
Right.
that's what it comes down to.
Right. One question, Mr. Dimples, one of our final questions here. What about writing jokes? Mr. Dimples, you want to go? Do you use intelligent like ChatGPT?
No. Um, I don't. The only time I use AI for anything comedy related is mainly just if I'm like creating a flyer or something like
Right.
that. And I only use it to fix like the pixelation on like a flyer. Like if it gives me an error and I have to like change the amount of pixels or whatever. So I don't necessarily use AI. I think AI can be a wonderful tool, but it takes the spirit away, you know? Like it
Yeah.
won't like if you put it in, it might write a joke that Mr. Dimples could say, but it's not gonna say it in Mr. Dimples' voice. So
Right.
it's not as authentic as if you were to come up with it. So I don't use it for that. Um what I do when I write is I do, and this one was taught to me by Rocky. So shout out Rocky. We're working on projects together. So that's cool. She taught me like basically having bits and then like starting off with your premise, like writing out that premise, and then three things that premise can turn into. So
Yeah.
I started doing that, and with that, it helped me come up with a couple good scenarios and jokes. So like I'll give you an example. I wrote a joke. I have anxiety, and I wrote a joke about. I was like, my initials being OG, being a gangster. That would be like me being the opposite of that, because my personality is not that of like a gangster. So that's like
Yeah.
my meat right there. And after that, I got to add the three layers. So from there, it'd be like, well, my anxiety makes me think of worst case scenarios. So what's the worst case scenario for like a gangster that's not a gangster? And so I thought about it, and I was like, well, they jump you into a gang. Um, but my anxiety would be like, what if they give up on me halfway into jumping me in? So like they'll beat me up halfway, and
Yeah.
then they'll just give up, and they're like, nah, he's not part of the gang. So now I'm halfway beat up, so that would suck. And then on top of that, it'd be like, what if they decide to make different plans, like have a cookout, and they're talking about those plans while they're beating me up. And so now I have FOMO because they're gonna have a cookout without me. They're halfway beating me up, and then at the end, I'm like, the worst part about all this, the way that my anxiety works is I know there's going to be a group chat that I'm not going to be a part of. And that kind of hurts more than being beat up to begin with. So, that's how I write, where it's like, here's the meat, and then what are the three things that I can pull out of this or turn this into? So that's what I do.
They not eat you too. They could beat you up and eat you. Eat you.
I I don't
Yeah.
think I would join a gang of
Yeah.
like cannibals though.
Cannibals. There was a music group called Fine Young Cannibals back in the day.
Oh,
So, Yeah,
But I
find
would
young
join the
cannibals.
music group. I would join the music group. I'm not the
Yeah,
actual.
then they're gonna
gang
eat you.
cannibal.
They're not gonna eat him. But one of the things that I use AI for is
Mm.
like a punchline, like to give me ideas for a punchline. I'll get the premise and I'll get all this stuff, and then I'm like stuck. I'm thinking, should Dimples say this or this? And I'll weigh it out and I'll try it out, and then
Mhm.
usually it comes up with a pretty good saying. But
Yeah.
you don't want it to become, for me anyway. What are you doing? You keep losing your fingers, Sheila. I'm sorry. I mean, you want to be able to keep your structure, but just that little tweak, I guess
Yeah.
you could use. I use Claude was pretty good. The Claude
Mhm.
would it remember. Sheila, stop it. Okay, I'll put my hands down. Claude remembers everything that I've written and all the jokes, and it goes through and talks about Mr. Dimples, and and I'll just come up with, just what, because really, I mean, there's no like group, comedy writers group that I'm a member of,
Yeah.
and some of the things, like, an amazing thing is sometimes the punchline that I think in my head that I run is what they come up with.
Yeah.
So, so it's
Yeah.
just, yeah,
I mean, I personally, like,
yeah,
I'm okay with, like how you're saying it. It kind of helps you, turn the wheels a bit, come up, tweak it like how you need it to. That
yeah,
that part's fine. Where it becomes dangerous is when you verbatim follow what it says, right? And one thing
yeah,
that I saw the other day, I heard it. I think it was Neil deGrasse Tyson that said this, but he was saying that AI, like, it can, over the way that it learns your rhetoric of how you, when you're writing with it and stuff like that, it can help with your ideas, but it can't create new ideas, right?
right,
So like you said, if you thought of five different possible punchlines, it
right,
might come up with a sixth one, but it won't be an original. It'll just, whatever the outcome of the other ones are, it'll combine those and give you a sixth one. But that's not like an original one.
yeah,
Whereas if you all of a sudden one day just got like a punchline, you're like, oh, I could write it like this. So I think that's kind of important too. I mean, like, I'm not against it.
yeah,
I think like, comedies everywhere. Tools are tools, and they're good resources.
yeah,
You can say the same thing for memes. There's a lot of people
yeah,
that don't think using a meme on stage should be allowed. But I'm over here like, yes, however, if you find your voice in that meme, like, if you can make it your own, like if you do it and you're like, you know what? I've seen this before, but I've never seen it the way that he tells it, right? Or I've never
right,
felt it the way when he's describing it or acting it out. When you do that, then at that point, like, okay, sure, you got the premise from there, but you're giving it your own personality. And I think as long as you're confident and your personality is a good personality, like, people will enjoy it. They'll be like, yeah, I saw that on the internet, but it's funny when he does it.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
think that's pretty up there too, with the whole, like, debate whether AI should be allowed or not, or like, should memes be allowed? Because that's another thing too. Everyone can be funny.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's just amazing, and the whole world of comedy and ventriloquism is coming. It's just an amazing thing. You don't know what you're talking about, Sheila, but but yeah. So gosh, I'm kind of. What do you think about? Don't do it, Sheila. What do you mean? Don't do it. You'll get a lot of calls. What do you mean you get a lot of calls? You'll get a lot of calls. What do you mean calls? They're not going to like it. Who's not going to like it? The
Uh-oh.
public. Well,
The
not
public.
that that's not a big deal. I'm just gonna get his take on something that a famous comedian recently said. Oh hell, no! I know what you're talking about, Sheila. Don't do it. Okay, listen. We're gonna do this. Okay, okay. He's an adult. He can handle this. Okay. I don't know. He's got diarrhea. It's not. He doesn't have diarrhea. Let go of this diarrhea thing. Yeah, the restaurant is so good. There's no diarrhea at the restaurant.
Okay, I'll keep that in
Yes.
mind.
But what do you think about okay, it's politics basically. Do you mind
Okay,
telling about politics real quick?
I can dabble in it. Sure.
Okay, because I can barely see you, dude. You got any lights there?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me turn on the lights in here. It got dark.
Turn on the light, dude.
You
Not
you
gosh.
said like politics, and all of a sudden,
You look like a vagina. You know,
oh. All right, hold on. Give me
Mr.
1 second.
Dimples, that wasn't very nice. With the beard and all that. Gosh. And sideways lips. I'm glad your son's not there. So
Okay, there we go.
oh, that's
What's
much deader. Yeah, much deader. Get those bees in. I gotta get those bees in. So what do you think about politics? And all of the jokes and memes that are going around about certain members of the LGBTQ community, and Dave Chappelle coming out, and Dave Chappelle was raking the Trump administration over the coals about their jokes. I'm sorry. Okay, I won't use my fingers.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And he says, "Well, I wasn't that bad." Oh hell, he was. But anyway, I don't know. Because basically it boils down to any group of people. Basically, when do you draw the line? Not just maybe LGBTQ, but maybe different races or different groups of people. And what do you think about somebody like who made it their point to make fun of a certain group of people, all of a sudden saying, "Oh yeah, but they're worse than I was"? What are you thinking about that? Yeah.
Yeah, that brought up a lot of thoughts. I actually saw that. I saw some about that this morning. Where he basically was like trying to say like he made these jokes and he didn't mean for the conservative party, and I'm saying conservative instead of Republican because there's a difference there. You got to make
Yeah.
that distinction. Because like nothing against any of my friends that are Republican, and being very conservative. That's where the lines kind of like what side of it are you on, right?
Yeah.
Because I think what he was saying is like he made these jokes. He was making the jokes out of I forgot what he said, but he was basically like you said, I wasn't that bad, and that they took his jokes and they made it part of their movement. And yeah, and when Laura Ingraham, I think was her name, when she took a picture with him, she immediately put it up on her social media of like, here's two people that agree, and then the whole
Right.
transgender thing. And he was like, I didn't mean for that to happen. She just I think that's one of those things where it's like you didn't have enough foresight to think about the implications of the things that you say, right?
Right.
Because even though you don't mean that, right? Let's just
Yeah.
say for the sake of this argument, like let's just say that he actually didn't mean that,
Right.
but the implications of your actions, that's one of the consequences of like
Yeah.
even though you don't mean that, you don't know who's going to use that, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of irresponsible when that happens, when you don't think about it in that lens. um and it's different for people like us because we're smaller than Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle has a big platform,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
does start.
I'm huge.
I saw you were in like London, so I you made it across.
Yeah, we
the
are
ocean.
in Wales, My gosh.
You were
Okay, be
in
quiet. Let him
Wales.
finish. Let him finish. Go ahead.
I could have
You
been.
can finish.
I could have made a joke there.
Yeah, do it. Go ahead. Do it. Wales. I'll set you up again. Wales.
No,
We're in Wales.
you said you were in Wales, and I was thinking, was it consensual? Because you gotta ask the whales if that's okay to be in them.
You think I had sex with a whale? Oh my gosh. Gosh.
You're a platypus. I don't know what you do.
Well, don't do that. Not gosh. Well, just I have sex with a turkey. You can have sex with a turkey. I'm just
That's
kidding.
funny.
I was just kidding, y'all. No letters. Don't send the letters.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Finish up.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, but even though we're not as big as Dave Chappelle, I still feel like because we're in front of people and we have a microphone to us, People are listening to the things that we say because we're comedians.
Yeah.
They're there to hear jokes and all that. There is a bit of responsibility, at least I feel, on my shoulders, especially since I'm part of the Hispanic community.
Yeah.
And this administration has not been too kind to immigrants,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
being a son of like two immigrants, that I think about them all the time, and it's very difficult to sit here and not say anything about it, right?
Right.
Like, but I do understand that I have people that depend on me, that I can't put myself in a position where I could draw attention. But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that I can't help or support movements, going out to protests, going out,
Yeah.
raising awareness, having a conversation with anyone that doesn't see it from my angle, and it's important to have those conversations without attacking anyone.
Yeah.
But that's why I make a conscious effort to not. I haven't made, like, it's so easy to make immigration jokes. It's so easy to make, ice jokes, just because like, I don't like ice in my drink now, or
Oh my
like,
God.
it's easy to make jokes like that, but I choose not to, and I
Mm.
do it consciously because there's already other things that I could joke around, and I don't want to shine the wrong light and make that like a little thing, like, I
Right.
know, like, even at where I work, I have family members that have come up to me, not my family but other people's, and they're like, hey, my mom or my dad or my grandpa, they were caught in one of the rings,
Oh.
and they're not here anymore, but they left behind their device. Can you help me out with the resetting their password or something like that?
Yeah.
And that's my reality. So when
Yeah.
I see that as my reality, I see that as my responsibility to, when I'm doing comedy, I shine light on the humor of other things. And
Yeah.
I can have that conversation, but I'm not going to joke around about that, because to some people, like, that's not, like, their family members aren't here anymore because of that situation. And
Yeah.
I'm
I
not.
see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm not here to remind them of that at these shows. Likewise, there's people in the audience that, like, I know there's some people that feel ashamed. There's some people that feel embarrassed for, because they put certain people in these positions that are
Yeah.
harming a lot of people.
Hey, Johnny
And
Strong, those crazy Tito. Gosh.
yeah, yeah, like, and I don't want them to be like reminded of the choice that they made, because I know that they know. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like, we can have a conversation afterwards. Those are topics that I want to talk about seriously, and not in the way of a joke.
Right.
But there are some things that the Orange Man does that I'm like, this feels like scripted comedy. Like, this feels like a
Yeah.
sitcom. And so when you point that out, that's one thing. But what I'm trying to say is, I try to tiptoe that line of, like, we can have this conversation. I'm not gonna make a joke, because I know it could affect people down the line. Once
Yeah.
everything's over and everything's said and done, and we look back behind this, and we're like, hey, those were some crazy times at that time, like, that's gonna be the moment where I feel comfortable making jokes
Right.
about that. But in the middle of it, because I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Like, that's the
Yeah.
scariest part, is you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. So
Yeah.
you don't know what you say today, they're gonna use that tomorrow, and that's very dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think skirting it is cool. Just skirt the issue. Just
Mhm.
just a little. Don't gizzle a lot. Just because we
Yeah.
like to. Sometimes we'll just squirt, like
Yeah.
the joke about when Mr. Dimples looks down at my crotch to
Mhm.
see if there's like I talk about what you're trying to do, determine what's down there. He's like, no,
Yeah.
you got to give me $20. It's like I owe him
Yeah.
$20.
Yeah.
That's why he's looking to see if it's in my wallet, in my pants pocket.
Yeah.
The $20, which is
Yeah.
kind of
Or
a, you know what I mean,
yeah.
wordplay. Just kind of,
Yeah. Or like,
you know,
when I do my chicken tender joke, the dating app Tender, and how I'm like, plot twist, I work for the Department of Labor. Like, people will laugh at that. Like, I'm just, and then I'll be like, I'm just kidding. I just got a Lego. Thanks a lot, Elon Musk. Like, that quick
Yeah.
jab in there of like, hey, because they got some budget cuts. So
Yeah.
I do get it where you throw little jabs in there.
Yeah.
I will do that. I won't do a whole bit about certain things, but I will throw jabs in there, like,
Yeah.
thanks a lot, Trump. Or, thanks a lot, Elon. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But that's just and comedy is, and now more than ever we need to laugh, we need to be able, but we also need to be hopeful that things will change eventually. And I think that a lot of the things that are being done to hurt certain groups of people will change, will be undone. The scars
Yes.
will still be there, the pain will still be there, but the future will look brighter. Gotta wear
Yeah.
shades. The future's
Yeah.
so bright, gotta wear shades. That was a song
Yeah.
back in the 80s. The future's so bright, gotta wear
Shit.
shades. Sheila,
Yeah.
you should not get on American Idol.
Well,
Don't worry, I'm not the guy for American Idol.
well,
those
in the words of my favorite TV show, Ted Lasso, I know there's something that he says at the very end where he's like, I hope that all of us or none of us aren't judged um, by who we are and our worst moments, but by what we do when we're past them, So,
right.
like, if I do hope things get better, scars will
Yeah.
be there, but also when it's on the other hand, I think it's very important for us to not put others down of like, you guys voted for this 4 years ago and this is the scars that we have now. Like, instead of coming of a place of revenge, we come from a place of like growth of like, hey, that was a terrible time we went through and some bad things happened,
Yeah.
but let's make things better now. Like, now that we're past that, let's start actually making change, and not just you guys put us through this, so now y'all need to suffer, because I think that doesn't help out either. Like, that's a bad way to think about it.
Oh, come on, let's do that. Come on, let's put them in a sink, Put them in a sink.
Put them
Yeah,
in a
listen,
sink.
they're gonna change our oil, Work on
Change
the
our
cars.
oil.
Change our tires.
I feel like you have something against mechanics. That doesn't even.
I don't know. It's just you don't have an Australian accent, Sheila, so just don't say nothing.
Australian
It's an
accent.
Australian thing, dude. It's an Australian thing,
Is it like shrimp? Is it like shrimp on the Barbie?
Yeah, shrimp on the Sheila can't use her, I can't say the B's, so well, I could do the B's without but it's like you gotta get your tongue and move it to the back of your mouth.
Shrimp on the Arby's? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, shrimp on the Arby's. That you gotta have the, Australian accent down.
Hey, that's like a
Australian
marketing pitch.
the
If like
Outback.
if Arby's decide to do a shrimp-based dish, like popcorn shrimp or whatever, and make it Australian themed, they can call it shrimp on the Arby's.
Dude, that was hilarious. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. Shit. Well, don't say shit, dude. This is well, it has been total pleasure, and I really appreciate you coming on with me and Mr. Dimples to basically restart our inaugural season of Sheila and the Duck. I don't like the duck, Sheila. What do you mean? We were here first. Ducks are like ugly. We're like sexy. I'm too sexy for my body. Oh God, Sheila, just be quiet. Well, Oscar, once again, thank you, and thank your wonderful family, and for putting up with me and us, and for being such a big supporter of us when we were performing, and gosh, I'm sure we'll see you around, and who knows, maybe we could do some more shows together. Yeah, let's do it, dude.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem. I definitely would love to have you guys come out here and perform at the Crafty Sloths sometime. So
Yeah,
definitely hit me up about that.
Yeah.
I know I have shows that I plan out 2 shows in advance. So right now I'm thinking about artists for September because I already got May and July planned out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. That'd be great. Okay, dude. See you later.
All right. See you. Bye.
Bye.
Mr. Nipples.
Not Nichols. Dentals, dude. Come on now.
All right, Mr. Nichols.
Nichols? What about Mr. Quarters? Now we're getting into Nunny.
All right, bye.
Dude, And thank you all for watching out there in Spotify land. So like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, let's do that. And we'll see y'all later.